My name's Mel Peter and I'm Head of Admissions here at Imperial. What makes a successful applicant here at Imperial? One of the things we take quite seriously are our rankings within the world and also within UK and Europe. We know that applicants will use rankings of institutions to inform their decisions when they're looking to choose where they want to apply to. We are always striving to do better in our rankings, and therefore we do pay attention to how we are positioned nationally and internationally. Just to give you some admission statistics for 2018 entry, these are for applicants who applied this year to start in October. We received 21,564 applications. We made 7,684 offers, and out of those offers, just over 4,000 accepted Imperial as their firm choice. Each year we tend to recruit to a number of 2,870 places. The challenge for us is that the applications we receive, that number goes up on a year-by-year basis. The offers we make tend to stay within that same region of just over 7,000. And obviously from there we're looking to convert those offers and firm choices to the number of places that we wish to recruit to. I'll talk to you a little bit about the admission structure here at Imperial. We have a centralised and a decentralised structure. The centralised team is responsible for the initial assessment of the application form. So by that we're assessing academic eligibility, we're checking references, and we're looking through the personal statement. We also do fee status assessment, and we also check and submit the decisions to UCAS that come from the decentralised area. The decentralised area is our academic departments, who are responsible for conducting interviews and selection days. They are the decision makers, and they're responsible for submitting the decisions to the central admissions team for checking. The offer ranges that we typically make here at Imperial range from a AAA to AAA star and a STEP paper. I'll talk a little bit about STEP later on. And then we have 4 A-level offers, which would be an A-star AAA, ranging from 2 A-stars and a AA. The other common qualification that we receive is International Baccalaureate. So in the IB, 38 points, higher level 665 would be in our preferred subjects. The 38 points equates to a AAA A-level offer, and that will go up to 42 points overall, higher level 776 in our preferred subjects, and that IB offer would equate to an A-star AAA. So just some information for you to be aware of. First of all, the 15th of October 2018 is the UCAS deadline if you're applying to medicine, so medical school, dentistry, and to Oxbridge. That would be Oxford or Cambridge. 15th of January 2019 is for all other courses. Again, you need to be mindful of these deadlines, but your school or your sixth form college will make sure that you apply by these deadlines. Some other key application dates for you. So 1st of September is when UCAS apply opens. So that's when you can start to submit an application for the following year entry. 15th of October, as mentioned previously, is the UCAS deadline if you're applying to Oxbridge, medicine or dentistry. And 15th of January 2019 is the UCAS deadline for all other applications. We have some more key dates here. So the 25th of February 2019 to early July is when UCAS Extra opens. UCAS Extra is a UCAS process, and this is where you can be put into Extra if you've used all your 5 choices and you are not holding offers anywhere else. So you might have been made offers which you've declined, or you might not have been successful with any offers. So this allows you an extra choice basically. The 31st of March 2019 is the UCAS recommended deadline for universities to make a decision on your application. Typically at Imperial, we will work towards this deadline to make sure that we submit all decisions to UCAS by this date. The reason that we work to the 31st of March deadline is because if you have all your decisions received, early May is when UCAS will expect you to make your decision on whether you accept or decline offers. This gives institutions like Imperial an opportunity to know how we have converted in terms of the offers that we've made to the number of applicants who have made us their firm or insurance or even declined our offers. We then get to mid-August, and this is when A-level results are released. This is the time when, for institutions, this is a period known as confirmation, where we are confirming the offers that we've made. UCAS adjustment also opens. Adjustment again is a UCAS process. An adjustment is where UCAS will put you as an applicant if you have met and exceeded your offer. So if your offer was typically 3 A-levels and 2 of those A-levels had to be in biology and chemistry, and you achieved an A star in biology, an A star in chemistry, and then the third A, that means you have met and exceeded your offer. UCAS will put you in adjustment for a period of time. What this allows you to do as an applicant is basically see if there is an institution and a course that you typically didn't apply to at the start of the process because you felt that the entry requirements were too high, and you're now in a good position where you might want to go to that institution and study that course. What you have to be mindful of, however, is that not all institutions go into adjustment, and typically Imperial, we do not have courses open in adjustment, but there are some good institutions who do have. So just bear this in mind if you find yourself that you've been placed in adjustment. UCAS clearing opens as well, and this is probably a term that you're more familiar with. Clearing is if you find yourself in that unfortunate position where you've not been placed anywhere. I think the key thing about clearing is not to panic if you find yourself in this position. Really have a discussion with your school, your teacher or your parents, and really think about where you want to go and what you want to do. It's very easy just to go for the first course at the first institution that may give you an offer. But what you have to bear in mind is this something you want to do, that you want to study for 3 or 4 years, and is this an institution you want to go to? So don't panic, just take your time and really weigh all your options. The end of August is when UCAS adjustment closes. If you don't take any action during adjustment, your place that you're confirmed at still remains. So there's no obligation on you taking any action if you're happy with the choice of institution that's confirmed you. The selection process here at Imperial. I often get asked, what do we do with personal statements? How do they factor into the decision-making process? The answer is they factor a great deal. So therefore, a personal statement on your UCAS form is very important if you apply to us. You need to think about the course you are applying for. I know it seems really obvious, but why have you chosen that subject, and why have you chosen Imperial to come and study at? Mention open days, taster courses, public lectures, books, anything that you've read around the subject that you wish to study. When it comes to work experience, you need to mention that, particularly if you're a medical student applying to study medicine here at Imperial. It's a criteria that you need to meet, so just bear that in mind. Think about the grammar and the spelling in your personal statement. You want to make sure that your sentences make sense, that the flow of the personal statement flows really nicely, and that it's going to be easy for someone to read. Just think about the number of applications we receive, and that we have to read those personal statements either centrally or our academics in the departments. If you are selected for interview, please remember what you've written. Again, that sounds obvious, but typically if you are invited for an interview, a lot of our selectors will start off the interview with a question from your personal statement. So a good tip is always to read your personal statement either the morning or a couple of hours or even the day before your interview, just to refresh your memory, what you meant when you said that you read this article, what did it mean for you, and just bear in mind that again this could be an interview opener. Remember also that this is your first opportunity to make a good impression. You want your personal statement and your application to stand out for all the good reasons. So another good tip is to get somebody else to read that personal statement. That could be a parent or a friend or a teacher. Getting invited to interview. What would the admissions tutors use? Subject selection. This is very much key, and I can't emphasise enough how important it is. Academics need to know that you are serious about the subject that you're applying for. It does become difficult if you are applying to, say, our engineering faculty, because we have a wide range of courses that we offer. But if you want to do aeronautics, make sure you emphasise that on your application and talk about that within your personal statement. Again, your personal statement is important, so again, refresh your memory of what you've written, make sure it makes sense. Obviously, we'll look at your school grade predictions, we'll look at your referee statement, and we'll also look at your previous exam results, be that GCSEs, even though they might not factor into the decision-making process, they are on the application form so we can see them. The interview. Why do you want to study the subject? Again, this may seem really obvious, but a lot of our academics will use this as an icebreaker. So think about, why do you want to study physics? What do you know about that subject? What do you know about how that subject is taught here at Imperial? The format of interviews and selection days vary here at Imperial. You could have a one-to-one interview with an academic member of staff, or you could have a panel of 2 to 3 members. This is typical for a medical interview. A medical interview will also include a lay observer. Myself, or a teacher, or a sixth form lecturer could be a lay observer. They play no part in the interview, so they will not ask you any questions. They are really merely there just to observe, to see how the interview is structured, typically that so they can take that back to their institution to give you some guidance as to what you might expect. There also may be a group activity where a particular topic is given to the group to discuss, and individuals will be observed on how they interact within the group, how you articulate your views, your opinions, how you listen to others. Admissions tutors will look for a number of things. Motivation is key. Research on the subject and course. What do you know about the subject? What do you know what's going on outside of academia? For example, if it's medicine, what do you know what's currently going on in the NHS? An overall good performance. The questions that you ask, obviously it's not compulsory that you ask a question, so don't worry too much if you haven't asked a question at the end, but if you do have a question, don't be afraid to ask it. How you might perform on a logic test given. What's your willingness to learn? A good work ethic and time management is really important. Obviously your academic subject is important whilst you're here, but also we want you to be able to engage in the other activities, societies that we offer here at the college. So you're going to have to make sure that you can time manage really well in terms of commitment to study as well as activity and having fun. Here's some information about what you can expect from some of our departments with regards to their interviews. So in the Dyson School of Engineering, they typically have a one-to-one interview with a tutor. There'll be a question on maths or engineering, design, emphasis on communication skills, and you'll also be provided with a paper and pencil to work out all your answers. Bioengineering take a different approach. You could have a one-to-one or two-to-one interview. There'll be an assessed group activity where candidates will be put into a group of 3 or 4. Each group is given a medical artifact, and the task is to identify the object, describe how it is used, and suggest potential improvements. Computing, a personal statement discussion. So again, remember what you wrote on your personal statement, because this could be seen as an icebreaker question to relax you. Your motivation to study the course that you've applied for, whether you're suitable for the course, and your potential for success as an engineer. And then we have medicine. They are looking for completely different things at the point of an interview. Obviously your motivation to study medicine, but really what's your approach to medicine as a career? Are you able to multitask, evidence of teamwork, your communication skills and your maturity of character? Medical students at Imperial go straight into practice, so you'll be working with patients, working with NHS colleagues. So it's important that you're able to contribute successfully to medical school life, but also working in practice, and also able to deal with a wide range of different challenges. Some of the admissions tests that we use here at Imperial, we have the biomedical admissions test, often known as BMAT. This is a test that anybody applying to medicine should take for applications to Imperial. The test can be taken either in September or October, and here we accept either. However, you can only take the test once, so be mindful of this. The dates for the September test, 25th of June is when registration opens, 12th of August is when registration closes, and the 1st of September is when the test date actually occurs. If you choose to take the test in October, 1st of September is when registration opens, 15th of October is when registration closes, and you will sit the test on the 31st of October. The other test that we use here is the Mathematics Admissions Test, MAT or MAT. This is a test that you must take if you're applying to any of the degrees that we offer in our maths department. 1st of September is when entries open, 15th of October is the last date for entries, and then the test will take place on the 31st of October. Useful links. The 2 admissions tests that I've just mentioned, and also the 6-term examination paper, which is often known as the STEP, are all administered by the Admissions Testing Service. This is the link to where you can find further information giving you more details about the actual test dates, but also past papers to help you prepare for the tests.